Hey, everybody. Hey, it looks like this audio is a little bit behind my video. That's the way it shows on my computer. By the way, look who's here. The boss,
Yeah,
the
right.
commander.
Mm-hmm.
So I was told that with this camera setup that I got up, there may be a little bit of an audio delay. Can you let me know if the audio is in sync with the video or is it a little bit behind? If it's a little bit behind, then I'm going to change my camera. Okay.
How can you trace it
Oh,
out?
well, here's for the answer right there. It's okay. Good. Yeah, because of my computer, the audio is a little bit, about a fraction behind the video. So that's a little bit irritating. But for you guys, that's the most important part. Hi, Kuyabot. Oh, look, Edith. Say hello to Edith.
Hi, Edith.
And here's the camera up there. So
Hi, Edith. Good morning.
And aloha to our Hawaiian friend.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill Hyde. Yeah. Oh, a little bit behind. Oh, okay. Well, I feel like I want to change the camera. Right now, it's on a DSL camera, and they say that the audio, is it's not always in sync. So if it's a little bit behind, I'm going to change it back to the webcam. Dan says he met you a couple of years back, so you may not recognize him. Well, first of all, how do you like our house, our little beach house? Actually, I don't need to explain this, but it's a green screen. So kind of a joke to, well, what I did, I looked up Google Images and I said, I want a luxurious living room. So this is a picture that I chose. Got the grand piano behind Gloria, big living room. So this is not our house, needless to say. Nice background. Yeah. Yeah. We can always dream. Paul is live as well. Uh-oh.
Who?
The old dog, Paul Mcgill.
Oh.
He's doing a live broadcast too. He must not have got the memo of me doing my live stream here this morning. Oh, well, he'd probably be more interesting. But anyway, I wanted to, this little lag in the audio's a little bit bothering me a little bit. I'm going to see if I can put it on my laptop and then and maybe we won't have that audio lag. Yeah. Look here. Bruce says typical Filipino house. What light are you using for the green screen? Well, we've got what they call a soft box, and there's two of them. One is lighting the wall, which is reflecting on us, and another is lighting the green screen. So have to experiment until it turns out. And then there's an adjustment also. Oh, it says nice to see Gloria here.
Who's it?
Brian.
Oh, I don't know who Brian is.
Well, he knows you. Nice to see Gloria. Yeah, I wasn't sure if she's going to come or not. Okay, I'm going to. Oh, there's no lag. Oh, okay.
What's love?
Oh, okay. Thanks, Bruce. A lag means there's a little bit the audio. Do you see my mouth moves? 1, 2, 3, and then the audio is kind of after.
There?
So, but anyway, Bruce says it's fine. So, okay.
Is that him up there?
This is Bruce. That little picture you see there. Yeah. And then Mr. Ron says that he's not showing that Paul is live. So Paul probably realized, oh, Mr. Bud is doing a live show, so I better not interfere. Auto lag is gone now. Wow, mouth moving. Okay. Retiring in the Philippines this year if it opens. Wondering if Dumaguete is getting overcrowded. Well, I guess it all depends on if you how much is overcrowded for a person. For me, a little bit overcrowded, but some people like to be around expats a lot and look forward to it. I started off wanting to be around a lot of expats, but then, kind of doing my own thing here. And so I'm not as sociable as I used to be. But, on this, Dan Ford says, me too, sometime in October. Oh, look, Dubai, honey, somebody's. Hello, Bud and Gloria from Dubai, Peter Brown. This person is in Dubai watching you right now.
Hi.
Yeah, Peter Brown is his name, Peter. So, yeah, we want to be sure and say hi to him. There's room there if you don't mind paying extra to stay. Here we go. There instead of a few miles out of the city. That's right. My theme or what I wanted to focus on in this particular video was renting a house and how hard it is to rent and what you should be aware of. So, Bruce is watching from Florida. Oh, look here. Edith says, Ate Glow. Your late Christmas gift might be on your way late March or early April.
Thank you. There she is.
Yeah, the picture of Edith.
There's my little friend.
She's touching your picture, Edith. Anyway, so looking lovely, Miss Gloria. Looking good, Sir Bud. Oh, how nice.
Who's that guy?
His name is Gordon. So if you look up there, then he can see you.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Well, here's John from Texas. Well, when I realized that on this live streaming, I don't know how long we're going to be. If I normally don't like to have a live stream, too long, half an hour, hour at the most, but I realized that because it's being recorded, the information will last a lot longer than this short period of time that we're live. So some of the things, and I want Gloria to either confirm it or not, that you need to consider when you're renting here. First of all, a lot of people want to know what's the price. So, it's kind of like how long is a string, depending on your budget. But when we first got here 6 years ago, we paid 10,000 pesos.
Yes.
About $200. And it was a part of a duplex. And I didn't even realize there was somebody right next door. on the other side of the wall until, well, for like a year or so later. We were there 4 years. And we liked it, but there was cement around the house. And we kind of wanted to get a place that had some grass or some land around the house. So we found another place for $10,000. I don't know if you can find a place for $10,000 now.
13,000.
Huh?
This is 13,000.
No, I'm talking about when we moved after Batinga. We paid $10,000, but it had one of those one of these considerations that if you want land, it may cost a little bit more, but you're not so close to neighbors. But I realized too, this had land but no grass. And essentially that means mud when it rains. And it rains here a lot, which is okay. But the mud and the dogs laying in the mud. So we were only there for 1 year. Realized also that place had kind of overabundance of ticks and stuff. I don't know if you saw my videos, but I'm sitting on the front porch and I'm seeing this big old fat tick crawling up the wall. You remember that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So you need to be cognizant of, even if there is land around the house, that it would be better to have grass. Now, grass, what we have now, it's nice. Here's a good one, Bruce. Did you get that big box of cash I sent you? I marked all over the box to rush it to you because it was full of cash that you needed it ASAP. I hope those thousands arrived safely. Yeah, it looked like the box might have been open a little bit, but all those all that gold and the bills, they were still, yeah. Only thing is, they don't take American money here. Now that may surprise a lot of people. If you come up to a little store alongside the road and you buy something for, maybe $1 or so, and you pull out a $20 bill, they're going to say, "Do you have pesos?" You're going to say, "What? You don't take American money?" "No, sir." "Do you have pesos?" And even they don't want an equivalent of pesos of 1,000 peso bill. "Do you have anything smaller?" So that may be a good tip to carry pesos, get your dollars changed, carry pesos, and not big bills, maybe 20, 50 of the biggest, which is only $1. And that's something. So, so I'm talking about the houses in the neighborhood. Gloria's trying to read the things, the comments down there. But you have to be careful. One of our mistakes twice we've made is being on a busy street. Right now, that's one of the things that we're not too happy about. There's advantages and disadvantages. And the advantage of being on a busy street, it's easy to catch a ride, go downtown, and there's plenty of tricycles going. But on the other hand, the traffic can be noisy.
But if your dog gets away, you get killed.
And if your dog gets away, it's going to get hit, which happened yesterday. I guess I have to do a video about it. But normally we open the front door, and there's Molly and Malayo all ready to jump all over us, all happy, haven't seen us in a long time. They were nowhere. And I said, "Where's Molly? Is she inside?" "No." "Where's Malayo?" Look out, they're running down the road. Malayo is. And our biggest fear is being hit, the dog's being hit, because we've had a dog when we first got here. And it ran out in the street chasing a cat, right? Got hit. Oh, it was horrible. Zozo was her name, Zoe. But anyway, so oh look, there's Richard Guthrie. Hi, Mr. Bud, Gloria. Thanks,
Hello.
Richard. Richard is letting me babysit his little drone.
Tell him once he coming back.
Yeah, Gloria wants to know when you're coming back. And also, you know what I thought about Richard was, I'm seeing questions now. Was Texas? Oh man, Texas is in the news big time here, and I'm thinking about my friends in Texas. But here's Henry has a good question. Can a long-term lease be negotiated?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Short answer, yes. We normally, what they kind of a minimum requirement is leasing for a year, and they'll want the first month and a deposit, which maybe you could consider as the last month, but they want and it seems like it more and more they're getting requiring 2 months deposit.
Yep.
And the first month.
Mm-hmm.
So now they'll ask, how long do you want to, and this one here, we kind of broke our rule because we, instead of 1 year, we said 2 years because we may just stay here for many years. And as you probably know, the advantage of a lease is that they can't raise the price. And so you're locked in for the amount of the lease. But I wanted to tell you that we had a friend, Howard. I don't know if you remember him. He leased some land to build a house for 49 years. Unfortunately, after 1 year, I hate to say it, but he passed away, and that's another story in itself.
Who's
And so,
Richard?
huh? He was in Dumaguete. I mean, Delegate, friend of Matt's. Howard.
Oh, Howard. Okay, I remember
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So that was a sad situation, but it does answer your question. I mean, he leased it for 49 years, so basically, as long as he's, for a long time. So, yeah. Yeah, Mike says, I can deal with roosters and dogs some, but the loud karaoke, no. That's another thing. That
I'm with you.
Yeah, Gloria's with you. Fortunately, where we are now, we don't have two of those bad factors. We don't really have a lot of roosters. Of course, you're not going to get away with no roosters, but you can have a minimum amount of roosters in the neighborhood,
Wow.
which we have.
Not only that one, you have to remember, Philippines is surrounded with cows and chicken. You can get away from that.
No, you can't get away from that. But fortunately, we don't have karaoke.
Yeah.
Maybe once a month or every something special occasion, but that's okay. And they actually don't really stay up past 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're fortunate that, but unfortunately, the dogs in the neighborhood are more than we want.
Ascal.
Yeah, Ascal means street dog. Ascal, by the way, your new Tagalog word is short for aso calle.
Calle.
So Ascal.
Mm-hmm.
Was both your children born in California? Yes. Yeah. Our make a real long story, a real short story. We met here, and then after 6 months, I get out of the Navy. I went back to California. I petitioned her. 6 months later, she came. So she was about 22 or so, and I was 23 or 24, 21. And then we lived there we raised our family, had our children, raised our family.
Grandkid.
grandkid. So 45 years later, we come back to the Philippines. So, and we've always wanted, of course, our children to visit us, and I kind of didn't think they were for a while. But our son Andrew, if some of you have seen my videos, he came and visited. That was a hoot. He's a good boy too. And we're fortunate our children are just, they love each other and they love their mom and dad dearly. So, and then we communicate with them through Skype. You're welcome, Henry. Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay, Dan. When you rent, who pays the taxes and maintenance?
There's no taxes here for me.
Maintenance?
No.
Well, we first, whoever owns the land, they have to pay the taxes. Maintenance, this is our, let me see, fourth house, right?
3.
Well, we were in Batingo.
Yes.
And then we moved to
Pulang
Tubig, and now we're here.
Yes,
Yeah,
3.
3. The maintenance is kind of an owner. You know, I'll tell you what happened. The very first house we rented, and
Nice.
no, wait a minute. This is 4 because delegate.
We're not talking Dalagit, we're talking Dumaguete.
Yeah, well, we're talking about the houses that we rented. Lady. Anyway, our very first house in Dalaget, which is on the island of Cebu, I never lived by the ocean before, so I didn't know that the salt in the air, the humidity was very, very detrimental to metal parts. And that's why stainless steel is a must. Anyway, we had a faucet, kind of like this on the sink in the bathroom. Pretty soon it started getting rusty down here, and it started bending down. Then it got rusty up here, and it kind of like this. Finally, we told the landlord, "Hey, this faucet, it's all rusted out." Basically, he said, "So, what are you telling me for? Why don't you just fix it?" But don't you? No, it says here. Now this is him. It was a Dutch fella, so I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. But it was our first experience renting a house. So now, so he's basically told us you're on your own as far as fixing stuff. Now, Batingo, she fixed.
Yes.
The landlady there fixed some things. We had like a leak in the roof. So I think as far as the maintenance go, our luck has been 50-50.
It depends how nice is the person.
Depends on the landlord. But as far as taxes go, no, we don't have anything to do with taxes. The worst noise is the loud cycles with no muffler all night long. Yeah, that's true. But here in Dumaguete, it used to be really bad, but I think they started cracking down on the muffler situation.
Yes.
Somebody told me, I heard this through the bamboo grapevine, that if you get on a stop point or a checkpoint and you have these mufflers that, they have the inside, the guts are taken out to make it sound louder. I heard that they confiscate the bike and they'll cut off that muffler and they'll keep it until you bring a new muffler. New one. That's what I heard. So that put the quietus to that. So these days, and I know what you mean, Bruce, those loud bikes are just very annoying.
Yeah.
Especially if you're by a lot of traffic, high traffic street.
It really gets to me.
Yeah. So Go Bobo, dead sister, says hello. That's his handle. Go Bobo, dead sister. Hello, Mr. Brown. Hello, Mr. Go Bobo. And also he says, and hello, wife, that's you. So, oh, nice house, Glory, bud. Yeah, thanks, James. Except it's just a green screen. It's a dream house. So, well, here's a question. Well, this one, Edith says, any plan of going back to the States? And that kind of goes along with Jason says, question for both of you. Do you miss the U.S. a lot, or are you perfectly happy now? And then also he asks, what's the thing that you miss the most?
Is he asking me or is he asking you?
Well, the question is, do you miss the U.S. a lot?
Dude, you don't want me to answer that.
Yes, she misses the States a lot. I don't really. So they do. I'm happy here, but I would like to go and visit the States periodically.
If I don't go back there, I will come back.
She said if she goes back there, she's not coming back. So we may have to talk behind closed doors on that situation.
Well, you asked the question.
I know.
I'm being honest.
You're being honest. I know it. So that's something that we're not completely on the same page, which seems kind of funny for two people living together for a long time. But honestly speaking, she's missed the States. She really has. Of course, she was spoiled there and had all the convenience.
That's the way I like it.
That's the way she likes it. But I'm perfectly happy here. I really am. But I do like to travel, and I miss traveling. So, that's kind of where we stand. And here's a good question. Is it better to rent or buy a house? That's one of those situations where, man, is very controversial subject. Not in a bad way, but in people have a 180-degree different opinions. For us, at our age and stage in life, we're not going to buy. It's no.
You're too old.
We're too old. We have a pension, so we can rent the rest of our life. And we like the convenience of being able to get up and move when we want to, of course, after the lease is over. So we like the freedom of being able to go where we want, when we want, like I say, after the lease is over. But to buy a house, I know some guys have bought land and built a house. My brother has a farm in Mindanao. He's built a big chicken business and a farm that's just his dream. I mean, he's got everything he's always wanted, and a lot of projects, and he's just as happy as a clam there. But for me and Gloria, the thought of buying a house or building a house is just like too stressful for us. So, that I don't know if that answers your question, but everyone has their own preferences. I think it has to do with your age, your finances, and your attitude, or you plan to. I assume that you plan to stay a while if you're going to buy a house, or buy it for an investment, I guess. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Tagalog with Us Pinoy. Magandang umaga, host and viewers. So, magandang umaga sa iyo. Magandang umaga, honey.
Magandang umaga din sa iyo.
Salamat.
Who's just asking you?
No, he's not asking. He's saying magandang umaga.
Oh.
He's just saying hello, good morning. So, like here, I know those kinds of discussions. He's talking about stay or leave, come or go.
So she understand me.
Yeah. Okay. Bud, why don't you let Optiglow come back here in the States? Yeah, there you go. You go there, I stay here.
That's
Edith! Are you suggesting that I sleep without my teddy bear? Come on now. I don't know if you can sleep without your teddy bear.
I got a lot of pillow.
No, not the same. Owen. Hi, Bud and Glory. It's Owen from New York. From New York. Hope you guys are doing good. Nice to see you together. And I'll send you some snow. Yeah.
Good.
She wants snow.
And I want that one you have in your hand too.
Uh-oh. She sees the dog, the German Shepherd. Well, that's another thing that maybe, you need to take dogs. You need to take into consideration. Probably the hardest thing for us is the street dog situation. Not because they're barking and noisy and all that, but because they're neglected. And it's just a sad sight to see, dogs that are not healthy and well taken care of. So my first thought when I first got here, this is how ignorant I was. Oh, look, somebody's dog got away, because maybe had a collar and a long a leash. It was walking down the road. Oh, look, somebody else's dog got away. Oh, I hope they, And after a while, I realized most of those dogs are just street dogs. What? They just live on the street. They don't belong to anybody. They don't belong to anybody? No, they just go and try to survive drinking water in the mud puddles and getting in people's garbage to try to find some food. It's a sad situation. So, there's nothing, we can't take care of all the dogs, but we have 2 dogs of our own that we love and take care of and care about. Mr. Ron, he says, I plan on building that way when I'm gone. My fiance will have her own place here, not to worry about paying rent. That's a good idea. And I've heard guys talk about that. They're not necessarily building for themselves, but for their future generations. And I think that's very admirable. Fortunately for us, we're just here on our own.
Scratch and go.
Bossy. Yeah, this fella he's always a good commenter. Hello, Bud and Gloria. You look good today. Greetings from a snowy Sweden.
Oh, that's Sweden. Fun. I miss the snow.
Yeah, she misses the snow. And here's a good question. Does Mexico have a similar feel to the Philippines? And actually it does. Because they're both Catholic countries. They have, similar style churches and the plaza in front of the church. And of course, the Catholic rituals and holidays. And a lot of people may not know this, but a lot will know that the Philippines was a Spanish colony, but they sent Mexicans. That means people from Mexico over here to the Philippines. So the Mexicans were here in the Philippines. Of course, they were a colony of Spain too, but they were here in the Philippines for a long time, and that's why they had these galleons going from Acapulco to Manila. So, but anyway, yeah, the answer to your question, it does have a similar feel. We lived in Mexico for 2 years, and but this one had a hard time walking on those cobblestone streets. Fell down a couple times, poor thing. Hi, Bud and Gloria. This is Jeff. I'm stuck in Florida. Oh, Jeff. Be careful. Be safe.
Who's Jeff?
Well, he's a subscriber.
Well, I didn't really know them, though, right?
No, you don't know everybody here, but that's okay. They know you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm assuming living in the Philippines, there's no hot water in the rentals, or
No.
will I even need it? Well, actually, that depends. Some of the 4 houses we rented, 2 had hot water. Delegate,
Yeah.
had hot water, and
Mcgill
had hot water. Yeah. But I'm assuming that you may have followed my video about us getting a. Actually, that was a donation. Can you imagine somebody donating hot water to us? That was awesome. Well, it wasn't the hot water. It was money to buy the hot water. So, I wanted to be transparent and show him the receipt and everything. But he sent us money to buy hot water heater, which I was told, just say water heater. But my habit growing up is hot water heater. But I tried, Lord knows I've tried to take cold showers over the years. Hot days, maybe a week out of the year when it's really hot, we oh my gosh, I'm distracted. Jason just donated 25 pounds, honey.
25 pounds of what?
25 pounds of what? That's British money. Pounds, honey. Look. For late Valentines for you 2 lovebirds.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So I appreciate that very much. The last video, the first and only one that I did at a restaurant the last time, the chat started lighting up. What's going on? It was like a Christmas tree. People said, that's a donation. What? And then somebody said, come on, don't act like you don't know. I'm not so smart. But I know now. Yeah, no, so I wanted to finish about the hot water or the water heaters. I think we paid, it was 2 young men, we paid them 1,000 pesos each, right, to install. Yeah, they 8 each, yes. So 2,000 total. Yes. And, whatever you pay these fellas, they're happy with. So we maybe paid too much, or I don't think we paid too little, but that's okay. That wages are so minimal. And so anything that you can do to help them, even as a little tip or pay a little bit more, that's fine too. Sir, when can we travel island to island? Behold to Cebu. Well, I wish I was more informed on that. I've heard through the bamboo grapevine that starting in March, which are just a couple weeks, but it really changes day to day, and I can't keep up with it. But I would say keep your finger on the pulse of the website immigration of the Philippines. So yeah, I wish I had a definitive answer, but hopefully before too long, because we need to go to Cebu. we're on a different island. We're on Negros. So now my buddy who lives in Cebu, he was talking about going up to the city, that's what they call Cebu City, to take a little break, get out of the house. And I said, you can go there? Somebody said, yeah. The whole island of Cebu is open to the people on Cebu.
And the people that's coming in.
Yeah, the restriction is people coming and leaving the island of Cebu. Angie says, how many months rental is required in advance? At the beginning of this little talk, we talked about that, but I'll just say it again. Normally, they want 1 month. Well, normally, it used to be they want 1 month. Let's just, for round numbers, say 10,000 pesos for a rent. Or better to say 15,000. You're not going to get much for 10,000. 15,000 a month. So normally, or before, they would want 15,000 deposit here, and then the first 15,000, first month's rent, 15,000. So you got to give them 30,000 to move in. These days, I'm talking about this past year, people are requiring, where are we? 2 months. Here's a month rent, and then here's a month rent, and then here's your first month deposit. So 15 and 15, that's 30, plus your first month's rent is 45. So it costs you 45,000. A lot of people say that forget about the deposit, you're never going to get it back. But the rentals that we've had, we didn't get the deposit back, but we didn't pay the last month's rent. So we spent the deposit on our rent. So
actually, you don't spend it. You just pay for that for the day and the last month of your living.
Right. You can call it a deposit, or you can call it the last month's rent. But the landlords would like to call it a deposit. Now, I've heard a lot of stories about people that do not get their deposit back.
Yes.
You've heard that too.
Yes.
Yeah. I've heard before that some owners wanted 12 pre-filled in checks for rent, if anyone still uses them.
I never heard that.
No, I haven't heard that either. Although some guys, I mean, if they got the money, they pay for the whole rent, whole year in advance. So all it takes is money.
That's right.
Mr. Ron says, I've been hearing March as well, but you're right. It can change in a day. Yeah. That's talking about being able to go between islands.
Who's Ron?
Thank you, Mr. Brown. That's not too many months. No, not really. 1 or 2 months in advance. It's fine.
Hang in there. A little bit longer.
Have you come across any dishonest landlords? You know, I think you're smiling.
I would say that it's better you see him face to face.
Yeah.
And then you talk, but don't trust anybody.
Well, what I was going to say, that our very first landlord in Cebu, I think he kind of pulled a fast one on us.
Yes.
Because we paid for first and last, I believe, but somehow.
So you didn't want to give it back the deposit.
No, actually, I don't know if you know, but he wanted me to pay another month's rent.
You're crazy.
Before we left. So that was a little bit funny, but you know, when you're new here, just you can take the chance of being not so street smart on what's going on, but that'll never happen to us again. We're gonna.
You got as long as you got me.
As long as I got her, nobody's gonna mess with me. But I think by far they're more honest. Of course, you know, that's the thing too. I believe that people are basically honest. some people I've talked to said people are basically dishonest. But I trust people. I do.
Not me.
No, she doesn't. There you go, Brian. Thanks for letting us know. I've saved $4,000 a month by paying a year in advance. You know what? I didn't think about that. You pay a year in advance, you get a discount. That's what Brian's doing. Good for you. Good for you, Brian.
Ha ha ha. John McGraw.
Also, if you have a lease, does the city enforce them on your behalf? Well, as far as enforcement goes, the way it works here, there's a neighborhood. It's called a barangay. And if there's any disputes between neighbors or problems, you go talk to the barangay captain. It's kind of like a neighborhood watch kind of thing. And there's a neighborhood watch captain. So they have what they call a barangay hall, and there's a barangay captain. And if you have a dispute, you don't go straight to the police. And I kind of like this system. They want to work it out within the neighborhood. So you go to the barangay hall, talk to the barangay captain, and said, hey, we have a problem here with this lease or whatever. He'll call a meeting, and they make what they call a blotter. That means, to me, a blotter is a little thing that the stamp goes onto. But here, the meaning is they make a report of it. So, yeah, if you can't, I haven't heard any really big problems, like that. But we did have a problem with our housekeeper, and we went to the barangay captain and got that sorted out.
That is, you have to be careful too.
Off topic. Are you getting the vaccine?
No.
We have mixed feelings on that. On one hand, I definitely want to get the vaccine. But on the other hand, I don't know if you saw a couple of years ago when long story, but anyway, got bit by a dog and I had an anti-rabies shot. That knocked me out. That put me on death's door. So I barely escaped the jaws of death with that. Now, that was an anti-rabies shot and not a virus shot. So, I'm still considering all options. We have a lot of friends that are nurses, and I'm going to take their advice. And they know me too, and they were there when they pulled me out of the jaws of death. So that's a good question. Now, I don't want to get in. Some people are definitely not going to take it, and some people definitely are going to take it. But I'm retiring in 2 years from New York State schools. I'm wondering, should I rent, lease a place year-round, even though I'm only going to be there 6 months a year? Is that easier? Actually, although landlords like to rent a minimum of a year, I believe they will go down to 6 months if you can work out a deal.
You have to pay the whole thing, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if you're only going to be here 6 months or so.
Just rent the house.
Well, yeah, but he's wondering should he rent it for the whole year, even though he's going to be here for 6 months.
To talk to the manager.
Yeah, talk to the landlord. You might be able to rent for 6 months. Thanks, Mike.
Edith was in what the heck does she want?
You were in the jaws of death from a vaccine after a dog bite. Yeah, that's true. Ironic. And the thing is, too, it was our dog. The dog had shots. But they said that I needed to take that anti-rabies shot anyway. Well, that's another story for another day. Yeah, it's kind of the same situation where we're mixed on vaccines. I'll take one if it means we can travel inter-island, but Cindy doesn't want one at all. That's kind of like, yeah, our situation. Who's the lady boy? What's that supposed to mean? Is that like an insult to my wife?
What, you already starting to have a problem?
Yeah.
Block them. Lady with my ass.
Put user in timeout. User's in timeout. Some places are month to month on rent, but not usually. Yeah, see, we're getting people answering these questions that know more than I do. That's what I like. Thanks, Gary. Some places are month to month on rent, but not usually. That's exactly my thoughts. Oh my goodness, it's almost an hour.
Okay. 10 minutes more.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up in about 5 minutes or so.
Answer your idiot's question.
We love you and your channel. Ah, hey, thank you so much. Philippine American couple. Oh, look here, John. He says, I've watched your vlog for many years and I love it. Thanks, John. Oh, that's great. Now, I'm sure here's a good question. Why not experience a different province in Luzon? You may not know this, Angie, but that's where we met, in Luzon. I was stationed in Zambales. There was not a Subic Bay, but up the road about an hour, called San Mcgill, a naval communication station. And
It's your nosy, auntie.
huh?
It's your nosy.
So, and then Gloria came and helped me keep my house clean and did a good job washing the clothes, even now. So that's how we met. She was my housekeeper. This whole story is on Magpakailanman, if you ever want to see the drama. Bud, do you need or want anything from the States?
Peanut butter.
All righty.
Peanut butter crunchy.
Peanut butter crunchy. We got a donation of crunchy peanut butter, man. That was great. We would sit in the evenings with a spoonful of peanut butter. So good. So good. I think we can get it here, but I've just never seen it around.
Very, very expensive. What is it, Daddy? Making a couple.
But now that you're starting to do lives, you should consider making a couple of wrenches to be able to block those kind of people. Well, I guess I need to know what that is. Wrenches are probably like monitors that people want to say bad things that they'll
Somebody
keep
call your
from.
wife a lady boy.
Yeah. Cute lady boy, anyway. Thanks, Tom. Hypermart has Peter Pan Crunchy. I'll have to check that out. Thanks, Brian. Lucy's Lifestyle Journal says, hi, Ate Glow and Bud. Good morning. Been watching your channel a long time, but just now I subscribed because I've been watching on TV. I don't think I don't sub you yet. She's been watching, but she forgot to sub. Yeah, also maybe remind everybody, I don't know, is there a thumbs up on this live channel? I don't know, but if there's a thumbs up, that always helps. Malaysia. Thanks, James. Sweet at the glow.
Uh-oh.
Wrenches are moderators. Oh, I see. Okay, Mr. Ron. Thank you so much. Yeah, I may have to hire you. I figure out how to do it.
Was that Marito for Glory or something like that? What is that?
Geo, he moderates for Geo, he says. So that means he kind of is a gatekeeper, you know. They make sure that only the nice people can come into the party. Okay, everybody, it's almost been an hour. Man, the time is flown by so much. I can't believe it.
When you get in there for a minute, what's the edit? Where did it go? Which is already gone.
Huh? Bruce is on timeout? Oh, man. No. Bruce, you're not in timeout. Because I got a little thing there. It says, put user in timeout. Just a minute here. No. Bruce, you're not in timeout. Is that what it says? Oh, well. Okay, we're going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much. And I didn't get to cover everything I wanted to, but at least we got to chit-chat, and that's the important thing. Come over here, hon. We got the chit-chat, and my little lady boy here.
Dad, don't say that.
Okay, everybody. Have a great day, and thanks for coming by. I really do appreciate everybody. I'm going to end the broadcast. 3, 2, 1. Take care. Bye-bye.